Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is I, your host, Badger Wild, and we are back once again, coming on in here and working on the Architans. Yes, we are building a quote unquote Star Wars style warship and attempting to make something that could be built in survival that wouldn't take a whole lot of difficulty building and would still be something functional. So, we all know how this is. You want to make something cool. Whoop, let me see here. There we go. All right. Unfortunately, my phone case, which originally had a stand, is nuked right now. So yeah, that's something I gotta deal with at some point too. So anyway, last time we had built one of these perforator Mark IIs, which look really good. I gotta say, looks really good. But I noticed a few problems going into building it. So what we're gonna do is we're probably, since I can kind of see my way around here, we're probably gonna want to take, I would say, one of these guns and move them to a separate position. We don't want them to be in the same spot. And one of the reasons for that is our guns are kind of gonna end up in the same area. They're on the same platform pretty much. So what I think I'm gonna do, we're gonna copy this Argotens here, if possible. And I am going to, oh wait, I already do that? I did. I already did that. Wow, Badger, you're kind of an idiot. Okay, well, never mind. We don't have to do that then. I didn't realize I completely forgot we did that already. So, what are we gonna do? We need to get rid of this gun here. And since we have the other gun, I can just go in, change a few things in the guns as I start up, and then I should be able to just strap in one gun after another. So let's just hop in here with all the tech that we currently got. We're going to delete this section here. And I think what I'm going to do to keep this gun from hitting the forward guns, I could kind of limit the turning point of this. Y'all really interested in this because I've never seen the chat fill up that fast. So we're going to be kind of turning this a little bit. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift it up slightly. And that should get it out of the way where it will not be hitting the other gun turret. And we may put it up a little bit higher, maybe up here. Means I'll have to probably take this thing over one. So let's just get on it because it's not going to do itself. First things first, let's get rid of that. And we are going to get rid of this gun turret. So that's going to be gone. And like I said, we're going to take this thing up a notch. We're going to lift it up a bit. And I'm going to delete some section here so that when I start building back up, this doesn't become an issue. Okay, there we are. And I'm going to go ahead and cut that down through there. And let's see what I can get away with here. I know I've got I know we got one of these here. Let's go ahead and do this. I'm gonna run that there. Put that there. And then all I've got to do is somehow connect all this back up. Let's redefine this. I really should have this on mirror mode. I can figure out what I'm doing later though. It'll be fine. Okay. What was I doing? We're gonna set that there. Two. We're just gonna do this. Because it'll be the simplest way to get the Architins working up. And like I said, we're trying not to do anything fancy here. I'm just gonna put this in. I will tell you all something that I found out today. Something cool. And I think y'all will like this as well as I do. Because I've actually found this very interesting. So apparently, let's see here. Am I going any higher? No, I'm not. I need to go a little higher because we're still on the same level. Anyway, I found out today that there is a concerted effort by fans of Star Wars. Interesting that we're doing this because that lets us. We're doing a Star Wars build. So now I have Star Wars news. I have found out that there is a concerted effort right now to take the old MMO, which was Star Wars Galaxies, and try to bring it back. And they've done a pretty good job. They've put a whole lot of different ships are inside of it. From what I've seen, it looks amazing. So I'm on board. I want to see that thing. I want to play around with it. And I remember that game when I was younger. It was one of those games that as a kid I always wanted to play, but I never got the chance to do it. I never got the chance to play Star Wars Galaxies because that was an online multiplayer game, and that was just one of the games that my parents we didn't have the money to get. It wasn't a whole deal where my family was like where you have those family members that are like, oh, that type of stuff is of the devil and things of that nature. It wasn't that kind of nonsense. It was we didn't have the money to afford really good internet. And so it was just one of those things that I never got to do. I never got to play with something like that. And now people are bringing it back because I remember I got in and I was sitting there looking at one day and all of a sudden after looking around it, they got Star Wars Galaxies up. It was running. It was doing good. And then by the time I got to a point where I could actually get it and play it, it was gone. And I never got to play it. And there's now a group of people that have gotten together and they're trying to make Star Wars Galaxies work as if it never disappeared. In other words, they're trying to do the impossible by some people's standards, and they seem to be achieving it. So that's one of those things. I'm just gonna be honest. I'm here for it. I've sat here and I've watched. I wanted to play that game for a long time, and I don't know. I may attempt to play it. I don't know. So we've got our assault cannon here. I've got everything in LR, so I could actually. Okay, this would be pretty easy to fix. And we've already got it in. I've already got a salvo group for it. I could just have to rename some stuff. That would be simple. So this will be easy. All right, let's grab it. This is the kicker with mirroring stuff. We're gonna copy that. And we'll take our perforator Mark 1 turret or Mark 2. I know the Mark 1s. We had an opportunity to use the Mark 1s. The Mark 1s are great. Oh, I can't put it down. Why can't I put you down? Something's blocking me. That's strange. Shouldn't be anything blocking the... Is that it? Is that where I gotta go? Maybe here? How did that work a minute ago? Let's see. Did we land it? No, we did not. How in the world? Oh, I see what it did. Go back out here again, because we're going to do the same thing all over. We have to discontinue this. Okay. Why are we not? Why is this not working? Let's take more of this out. Because, dear Lord, I bet I'll have to do that some more. Do V. Oh, come on. It should get on there very easily. Maybe that's stopping it. Oh, that appears to have stopped it. There we go. We're hooked up now. So the turret's fully operational at the moment. We got it hooked up, and I've even got a turret control block to make this a whole lot easier. So now I plan on tonight, after this stream is over with, having everything set up. Casual bot W4Y might be able to push that rotor out more with rotor displacement. Yeah, I might do that. I might push it out a little. If I push it out a little bit more, I can get a little bit more stuff off of it. Let's go in here. We've got to start setting up our nifty little gun. So this is the azimuth. And now I got to figure out which rotor I'm working with here. Okay, we're gonna have to use the old grinder trick here. Do I have a grinder set up? Yes, we have one. Take that out of functionality. Now I do have this here, which will just start force feeding rounds into the gun, which is awesome, in my opinion. Let's go in here to add advanced rotor 9 and complete. There it is. We're gonna make that perforator FLR. Oh wait, we forgot. Let's do this. Where is that at? Exactly. Ah, okay. That's what I did there. There we go. Left rear perforator Mark II. The Davis. The hip oxes can be annoyingly jank, though. Yes, they can. They can be annoyingly jank. They can be very jank. However, we have this monster here. Now, for those of you that are wondering, some of y'all that may be fans of Clone Wars and Star Wars Rebels, this thing has been in a lot of places. It has been that staple ship, and everyone really likes it. It's a light cruiser. Compared to an Architens, it is many times smaller than an Architens. But this is, or not an Architens, a Venator. My bad. Venator. It is much smaller than a Venator. But it's still a really cool little, it's a really cool little cruiser you can have. And all of a sudden, I bet I'm hearing someone in the comments in Warp's voice going, little. Well, I can't win them all. All right, let's weld this bad boy back up. And now this. Now, I have a video fixing to go up in the membership. And for those that are wondering, before anyone freaks out, I've had people freak out about this before. This is why I'm only gonna say this. The membership is there for everyone who wants to like join up with the channel and everything. It's not necessary. You don't have to do it. Add two of our weapons. There we go. Let's see here. And all it does, all membership does is we'll do focus target lock. Because that'll make things a whole lot more fun. Now then, I need to actually I need a control block out here that I can use to control this thing and test it real quick. Because that's what we're gonna have to do. We're gonna have to do a lot of testing. That's how you get cool stuff built, cool stuff made. We'll use this little seed here. Won't take that much out of it. Hitting this, we've got all kinds of good stuff. I'm gonna look up this little bad boy, and we are going to access the control of it. All right, we can use it. We can use it. Yeah, we had a pirate NPC attack the it's a pirate's life, and we had a perforator Mark 1, which has only one of these scatter cannons, that rapid fire cannons we got. This one fires it for those of you that have just seen this one fires at like 1,000 rounds a minute. The other one fires at like 500, and holy crap, we just that thing walked out, and we didn't even have a complete ship. It was the Bounty. It wasn't completed yet. It's been the Bounty is our premier. I took one of the NPC ships, and we're basically gutting it and remodeling it so that it operates like a real combat vessel. And so we said, "F it, we're gonna add one of these big bad boys on the front here, right on it. So then this thing will just be flat. Check out the angle on that gun. I'm gonna have to lower some stuff here so this thing can set on. I'm not certain, but given the focus lock, target lock button is a button and not a switch, it may only work when you press it after locking a target. Yeah, that may be a thing. That may be a thing. It may only need to do that. But what I want all these to all focus. I probably really don't need it. I could probably work without it. But the cool thing about this thing now is we got this going. I'm wondering if I can slap. I wonder if I can slap another deal on there. I may not be able to. There may be a reason I don't have one there. But this thing, mind you, this is 1,000 rounds a minute. That is a punch to the face. It was a grand total of about 10 or 15 seconds. And the NPC pirate that decided to pick a fight with us suddenly acted like he didn't want that fight no more. He started backing off. He didn't have any power or nothing, but he was just kind of floating away from us, as well as the bounty was floating away from the base, and we had to go rescue it. You won't see the rescue or anything because it's not really that impressive. It's just us running some ice to the thing and putting a gyro on it and then flying it back to base. It was the bounty really didn't take any damage. We have eventually we'll have 4 cannons very similar to this that will go on to the bounty, and they will have a single fire system here that fires at 500 rounds a minute. This is 1,000. There will be 8 of these on this Argotans, and they will hurt when you get in range. Driving by in this thing at high speed and smacking another ship with it's going to be an absolutely painful experience that most people will not recommend. So that's the purpose of that. So we got that all cut out, and we've managed to put that in. Let's see. Let me see if I can get this one in here. Like I said, that kind of firepower right there, just hurtling in. And we managed to take out, we were using the Gladius, or I was flying a Gladius. And that's the invert wing missile platform ship, it has some baseline stuff. It's very easy and cheap to print. We printed one of them off, no problem. It has one subgrid, but that's just for a camera to access the radar system that's on it. And once you put that blueprint into the printer or projector that's inside the ship, you can then start printing off missiles on the ship. Well, we got done. It took some damage, but The Gladius on its own took out one major ship, and then we had this other pirate ship that spawned in and basically just took off after us. And we retreated back to base. You guys will get to see it if you eventually. It'll come out sometime after July, I think. That's when that video is coming out. Yeah, there's a massive backlog of videos to binge as a member. That's one of the things that I did when I put the membership out. I was like, okay, we've got to make value. Y'all going to give me 99 cents a month to have early access to stuff on the channel. You need stuff to have early access to. So me and the guys, we do this once a Saturday. We'll record about 4 hours worth of video, and then 4 hours worth of video. We take all that, and I go through and I'll pull like the best parts out of the playthrough, and I've just been putting them up there, scheduling them for every Wednesday. And we actually managed to schedule enough stuff through there that you've got stuff going all the way in. So, I mean, I'm shilling the membership. If y'all don't want to do the membership, y'all can easily support the channel by liking, commenting, and subscribing. It's absolutely perfect. Or throwing up some comments down here. That's the way you can really help it out. We're not even done yet because I just now started, and we've got some stuff to go through. So let's see here. Shift add. So we already advanced rotor number 8, and what I'm going to do is we're going to make that. I just realized something. I can't have just left rear on this. This also has to have a top in here. We'll put that right there. Because there's going to be 8 of these. There's going to be some on the bottom too. So that's going to cause us a problem. Hang on a minute while I put this stuff in. There we go. Okay, we've got the perforator set up. Let's add a rotor head to that bad boy. I'm going to have to somehow reach this in here. There we go. Just weld this baby up there. And we're going to have to remove some stuff. So let's go ahead and just remove a couple blocks here. I will have to come back and do some work. I don't know how this is going to turn out, but we'll see. Now, before I bring this over here, we're just going to run right over to this bad boy, and we're going to do some modifications to its actual programming. So that this thing, when I mess around with it, it'll actually work. So this is another thing I've got to mess around with. Okay, this is all we got to do. We're just going to change a few things here. This is just a really tedious stuff that you got to do when you're using custom turrets. I could... Ugh. I'm going to rename this to Salvo Group 2. Take Salvo Group 1. Delete. So there we go. We got Salvo Group 2. And then we're going to do TLF for all of these because, dear Lord, this is going to be a lot. I wish there was a fast way of doing this. Can I? Nope. Won't let me do it. Thought there for a moment that I could run in and just work this over. But this is actually not bad. It's just going to be tedious for a bit. And I like doing this before anyone sits back and asks, why are you doing it like this? Why are you making this so much more difficult? Because with all of these things, wait, hold on. Zavdis has a question here. Are you grinding them down to locate them? Yes, because when you grind down something, it goes red. And because I've already got I was trying to use, I was trying to figure out where I was going to put the rotors anyhow. So I needed to figure out a way to do that and still be able to find the stupid things when I put them in. So what I'll do is I'll usually grind down what I'm looking for on here. Um, this is one of those games, if you've not played it, it has one hell of a learning curve. It has a wild learning curve. Now there are some problems with Space Engineers, and that's what the name of the game is. The name of the game is Space Engineers, and you can build anything in this game. Now, I'm only saying this for people who may find this stream later, or if any of y'all in the comments have never played this game before. I believe it's on PlayStation. Came out on PlayStation 4, I believe. That was a Y. And I first saw this game with Last Stand Gamers playing it, and this is the game I had always been looking for. It was, you've got a game here. I wanted a game that I could play, and the thing I was looking at was I was looking at Space Minecraft because I was about to just say F it. I was about to jailbreak a play. I was about to jailbreak a PlayStation because at the time that was cheaper than buying a PC. Now it probably would be cheaper than buying a PC brand new nowadays. Anyway, but but I got to watching, and I watched Aaron and those guys start playing, and it was a cool game. I just could not handle it. It was just awesome, and I really really wanted to play it. Well, fast forward, the pandemic hit, and my aunt from New York come down, and she needed an eye surgery, and she also happened to have a very nice PC. Okay, that's becoming an issue. Okay, let's take this and try to push it up a little more. Let's see if we can get it out of there. That'll be an option. But go to K. Did you start playing recently? No, I've been playing this for, geez, when was the last thing I did on Space Engineers? Was it almost 5 years ago? This is a 13-year-old game, and I have just been playing it constantly. Like, here, have you ever played? Let me fix this. And if you've never played before, just tell me if you've never played it, because any of y'all in the comment section just put a I don't know, put a '07 in the comments if you've never played the game before. And if enough of y'all do that, I will show y'all something cool about this. Like just how far you can go with this thing. I'm gonna go here. Actually, I'm gonna grab both of them. And rotor displacement. I'll lift this up out a little bit. Let me look here. Yeah, I think that was years ago. I had saw Aaron and them playing the game. Oh dear Lord. Yep, it's gonna do this nonsense with me. Well, that's just weird. What is hitting that hitbox? I bet it's everything underneath it. Because I'll have to rebuild this crap anyway. It's not that big a deal. Okay. V again. Oh, come on. The parts in the back are also messing with it? Really? That's insane. Oh, good Lord, how? How is this still giving me problems? What am I colliding with? Always jank right in here. What am I hitting? Ah, I see what the problem is. Oh, come now. Oh, wait, one more. One more block. Boom. We have a turret. We have two of these bad boys. But yeah, any of y'all that have not ever played the game, do tell me. Have you made a rotary cannon yet? No, I haven't made a rotary cannon. I did build the mammoth. I've still got to put that up. I keep forgetting that thing. Let's see here. So our azimuth rotor is top left forward. Our elevation is, let's see, that's the hinge. Where's our hinge at? Top left forward. We don't have a camera for it. Weapons. Now the other thing I've got to do is I got to find the programmable block. I think it's automation's programmable block. Which one is it? This one. All right, now let's go into custom data. And so here's how we do this. If any of y'all have never seen this, we're going to change this to true after uploading this thing. And then I'm going to go here. I'm going to change that to 1000. So now we have full functioning. This is going to be a lot of things. I don't know. I hope I can get the rest of this done. I bet I'm only going to be able to get like the top done. I hope not. I would love to get more of them done. But it seems to be moving kind of slow. Okay, G. Let's go in here. And, let's slap that one in. And... Nope, that was the wrong one. There we go. All right. And one. Oh, that's nice. Let me hop in here. Do that. Let me hop out here. 3. Let's see how this works. Oh yeah, just 2 of those. You're absolutely screwed. That's a heck of a lot of firepower right there. And so we've got 2 of those done. Dang, I'm gonna have to build the other one on the other side. I also need to rename that rotor. Rotor's already renamed. Ah, hold up. Go there, and we'll do top. All right, there we go. I'm not going to worry about renaming all that stuff. As far as I can tell, you're on PC. Yeah, I'm on PC. Play with mods ever? Actually, yes. It's a Pirate's Life is a series I've got. It's like I said, it's up to 32 episodes for membership, and we're playing with stuff like the Harpoon mod. We got some Admissive Colors mod. A couple of the things that I've added to it. I think an animated gun locker. We've got a couple of guns that already are in the game, or not in the game. We do the one deal, and I've done a mod review or two, just reviewing certain stuff on the game, certain mods that are available. Okay, so it's those 2 are done. Let's go ahead here and just remove as many blocks as it takes. To get this next turret in. But yeah, it's me and the guys mostly just screwing around, playing Space Engineers, doing our thing. Let's go ahead and take that out as well. And then let me go ahead here. Let's grab that grinder again. Yeah, this is on PlayStation, and it is so much fun. I go in and I start. Oh wait, I forgot. I've got a thing down here. I can grab. I can access ports. They're so nice when you can use them. Okay, and this is Advanced Rotor 7. We're going to have to name this one as well. I found the build vision mod to be useful when building, though it's understandable if you don't want to use it. Actually, we are using it in the let me think here. In my in the not live stream, the series we're doing. We are using build stream. We're also using paint gun, I think was another one. That was working pretty good. Now what did I do here? Oh, I see what I did. I may need to add an extra layer, and then this will look more like a box. Quest for later. If I can just possibly grab this. There we go. So now, this is the right forward perforator Mark II. And all I should have to do here is turn these into R's. Because why not? Here we go. We got to do this 16 times, I think. No? Is it 19? I don't know. Questions for later. Like I said, I really wish there was a faster way of doing this crap. Yeah, so the other game I was talking about, Build Info. It's probably Build Vision. I call it Build Info because it just provided info. I don't call things by what they usually are sometimes. I just called it Build Info, and everyone calls it Build Vision, and I get called out for it all the time. Like, hey, it's not Build Vision, it's Build Vision, not Build Info. I'm like, yeah, I know. I get things wrong. I blame the American education system because they did not teach me how to think or process information. They just taught me how to study and memorize, and I'm still not very good at that. But anyhow, like I said, running a lot of this stuff, getting it going. This is one of those things that I got to do when you start building more advanced stuff as Space Engineers, especially if you're doing like hinges and rotors, because that stuff has a tendency to clang. For those of you who don't know, we also have a god on the channel. It's not the normal one. It is Clang. And we do not know how to appease Clang because the only thing we seem to do is piss him off. We don't seem to make Clang happy. We just seem to make him mad as Space Engineers. Oh, I just ran into an issue. We gotta go back. We gotta go back. Because when I did this, and I don't know, we may take this thing and go test it out on a Factorum ship at some point if I can find one. One more thing. We have to take the salvo group here. We have to change a 2 to a 3, not a number, a 3. Lord Clang taketh and he taketh away. Or is it he taketh and he take? Yeah, he taketh and he taketh. He doesn't seem to really care if we get anything in return. It's always, well, you guys have built something stupid now, so you have now incurred my wrath. There we go. One more perforator Mark II for this side. Running in some absolutely terrifying guns here. Oh, come on. Tell me we are not doing this crap a second time. Oh, seriously. I thought I removed enough of that. No, I didn't. I missed an entire row of blocks. Ah, dadgummit. This should work now. Boom! It is on. Oh, yes. We have another perforator. Mounted and ready to go. Well, this baby back up. And set her up, and we'll do the same exact setup system that we did before. Let's see. Right forward. TLF and TRF right here. Add those. Yeah. We'll do that, and we have a turret ready to go. Let's just run right over here. Self-containing a lot of this stuff just makes it go a lot easier. Oh, wait. And the wrong one moved. It's not that one. Oh, that's annoying. There we go. So now, chew. There we go. No, wait, we've also got a... yes, we didn't we didn't upgrade it. Zavdis again. I think my sense of scale is messed up from too many absurd projects because I keep seeing your neat turrets as pretty reasonable. Yeah, actually they're about the right size for a I think it's a double turbo laser battery. So they're about the same size. We just noticed that we didn't have a whole lot of firepower right there that we normally did. That is because I believe I have forgotten to screw with the programmable block here. Let's go over here. What's got me wondering here is how this thing is firing because shouldn't be firing like that, but let's go ahead and change that to 1,000. And we'll see how that goes down. Good. Now we'll access this real quick. Oh, that's gonna suck so bad for whoever gets involved. Every time we add another turret to this thing, it becomes even more lethal. It is becoming more and more a terrifying ship of doom. The enemy will not know what hit it. They'll just have to sit there and take it. Yeah, we're talking some serious guns already on this thing. And when you get into range, about four of these jokers are gonna rip you apart in 1 second. So I may have to go in here and do some work on the side. I don't know how this is gonna be dangerous to itself. Let me take a drink here. But yes. These are uh, these are truly terrifying turrets. One of the most terrifying things I have probably ever made, next to the Mako. And the Mako is just freaking mental. Okay. We also have to figure out what I did here. I want to say, oh, okay, I want to say, oh wait, can't do that. How do I do this? There we go. All right. Now we just need a nice little, what is it? Storage area. Are you able to stagger the turrets themselves? Oh, stagger fire each turret as they fire? Mm, yeah, you could do that. It's not really hard. You simply take the, you simply set up another turret block, or actually no, you set them up in a salvo, and you have the turrets fire in in a salvo configuration, so that when two of them lock onto a target, one will fire and then the other one will start firing off. It can be done. It's not something I normally do because it requires a lot more extensive programming things. So it's not something I normally will do. Yeah, but it's fun when it works. When it works, it does a very good job. All right, let's go ahead and remove as much of this as we can. Oh, crap. Come on now. That's just not funny. There we go. Hopefully all that stays locked together. We won't, but we shall see. Now, if I recall, I had to take this back even further than that. Yeah. Sucks I have to start cutting stuff off this thing in order to make it work. Okay, now for our rotor here. It's the advanced kind. All right, now to see what we can put in place. If this all works out, we'll have all four of the top turrets done, and then it's just starting to set them up to where I can use them in game. Okay, advanced rotor 11 incomplete. We're going to turn this into top right rear perforator Mark II. Did I spell that correctly? I added an R there, didn't I? Why did I put an R there? I just, that's just dumb. Okay, just wanted to check that. Oops, accidentally activated the ship. Yeah, one of the cool things about the if you're not using this, is you can go into something like Weapon Core. This is just talking about the stagger effect. I do have a video up using Weapon Core to stagger systems. There's actually a way to do it inside of Weapon Core. Now, all I gotta do, one of the advantages here, we're gonna just completely, there we go for the rear, and then we just gotta change. Oops, I used two deals at once. Made that a lowercase. Now it's time for the tedious work once again. I'm sitting here doing office crap where I have to change a specific letter so that all of this works properly like it should. The more I try to get away from cubicle farming, the closer I get to it in some other form or fashion. It's horrible. It's like a Japanese haiku on everything being universal and coming together at once. Sounds pretty, but it's not. But anyway, this was just a little personal project of mine when I first started it, because what I wanted to do, I was in game trying to harvest up some suit parts, but I had trouble doing that. I'm gonna have to attempt that again. This time, just put an actual ship in there that I really want, and then just hit the stuff in there like I've been wanting to do. There we are. I am happy about the new update coming out. We have an update coming for this game, and there are updates out the butthole for this game. Holy crap! You just don't know until you get in there and start seeing all the stuff that people have been doing, or they've been building over at Keen. All right, let's see if we can do this in one take. See if I got the workflow down pat. Oh, what is stopping me? Again, I get over here, and there is some reason that I cannot get this thing put in there. Now, let me check this here and make sure we're locked to the right one. Actually, I probably should do this to check the other ones too, just to make sure. All right, that one's in the right spot, and so is this one, and I believe this one's also in the right spot. There we go. We have several battle cannons just ready to go to town. That's another thing. I need to do this from hook the turret up. I need to do it from here because, oh good lord, there's no way I can do it from over there. So let's see. Back to save actions. This is why I label everything, because when you're trying to build these turrets and everything, top right rear, and then TLF, RF, TRR. There we go. Turret's all programmed, as it should be. And let's see if I can find this stupid turret control block. See if it's this one. Oh, good God, you've got to be kidding me. crap. Don't tell me it's now in the front. This is so stupid. Yep, it's in the front. I just played musical block just now. And why, oh why is the rotor not working? The rotor is not working. Why is it not working? Ah, that's why it's not working, because I didn't weld it back up. Because I was being an idiot. Space Engineers has been getting some updates every now and then as well from Zavdas. Yes, Space Engineers 2 is, I don't have the system to run it. Otherwise, I'd be heading there as fast as I could, because I do like what is going on there. I love that detailed mechanic. There we go. We've got our very low level fire rate system there. Let's go ahead and fix that real fast. Go back in here. Here we go. It should be group 4. I can actually name these whatever I want. There we are. And now, oh yeah, there we go. Let's let that recharge. And let's see how that goes. Give it a few more minutes. All right. Now here, let that reload and fire. Oh dear God. Let's go back here and take a look at this when this thing is firing. Let me pull back here kind of far. Light them up. Oh, we're actually pushing the ship back a little bit too. See how that looks from a distance. Oh God, looks like PDCs. It looks like I'm firing PDCs in the expanse. Oh, some people are just boned when this thing shows it, because that's a lot of firepower. Dear God. And this thing's going to eat through ammo like you wouldn't believe. Oh, good Lord. Like 72 rounds of ammunition just unloaded. 72 assault cannon rounds just unloaded in less in about, let's see, 1,000, 1,000. About two and a half, not 1.5 seconds. This thing just unleashed 72 rounds of heavy ordnance. Oh, we've only got the top done. We've only got the top done. And unfortunately, it's 12 o'clock. I got half of the guns on. Well, he's half of the main guns on. This is going to be a truly monstrous ship. This is where custom weapon systems just start making. I don't even like using the old turrets anymore, hardly, if I can get away with it. Yeah, that is just going to hurt. We're going to take this thing and go find a Factorum ship and just rip into them real good. We are. We're just gonna have to do that. But yeah, the Architens is getting there. Okay, it is. It is getting there. And yeah, this is gonna be one of those ships that just tears into another enemy ship, and just as soon as it gets close, it's gonna be ripping and tearing. I still got some internal stuff to do to it. We'll fix a lot of the stuff that needs to be done internally, the colors and everything else, and then we need to add some PDCs, at least 4 PDC positions on the edge of the saucer section. I guess that's what we're gonna call it, the saucer section. Um, but other than that, it's a really good ship. I like the look. It's come out pretty good, and now the guns on it are just oh, Guns are awesome. We're gonna be able to just we're gonna hurt so many. I'm gonna be able to slap this thing and say this thing will wreck so many clankers. Oh, that is terrifying. That thing gets up there and starts hammering away. It's going to absolutely tear things apart. Uh, Zavdus, I'm waiting for water to release later this year to really start playing. Yes, I've seen the water effects on there. Oh man, I trust me, that is something I am wanting to do on Space Engineers too. That is now originally to play Space Engineers, my goal was to get a PC so I could play it because it wasn't on PlayStation yet. Now, now I'm trying to figure out how I can get the 3, 4, or 5 grand I would love to have to build the dream PC to run all the cool stuff I want to play on. So yeah, I've got to figure that out. Renegade Bundy. So what PDCs are you gonna use? We're gonna probably have a combination of probably 2 sets of CWIS and then some type of flat cannon, maybe, or a flat cannon or a flat gun and a machine gun turret. I don't know. Might have someone come on here and help me with those turrets because I haven't really planned those turrets out yet, and we're gonna have to figure out a way to get them in. Another thing I'm running into, which is gonna become a problem, I've got to figure out how to hook what's in this section in the back, how I can hook up another set of conveyors to go through here so that I can conveyor up my other stuff and make that stuff work out so it'll be a whole lot better. But yeah, the Architens is turning out very well, very very well, and yeah, it's worked out great. Planning on another build stream Thursday, so be sure to come back Thursday. It'll be sometime after 10. I'm gonna try and get in at 10 o'clock, get on and try to get some stuff done, because after this, I may want to build something more specific. Since we've been doing pirate work, I've realized that as good as the Gladius is for pirate work, we are all gonna need a better ship. We're gonna need a better fighter for pirate work. Something that doesn't use any, something that's cheap to build, can carry the Mako, and at the same time would work better as a pirate ship, as a pirate fighter. We need something that can go in and not only engage targets, but also be able to grab hold of those targets and do something with them. Your Thursday, my Friday work. I work a short shift. Renegade Monday. Yeah, I don't know, man. I may have you come in. We may do some other things. I am planning on in the morning though to actually later this morning. I'm going to sleep for a little bit until my kid has to go to school, and then after I drop her off, I'm going to hop on here and probably do some hell divers because I got to. We're going to just do. I'm just going to be doing credit runs. That's it, just straight up credit runs because I need more super credits. I think I'm at 200. I hope, but I'm going to need some more super credits to get the new War Bond stuff that's going to be coming out soon because the new month is going to start. And I've got to try and get as many super credits as possible. And I also want to get some extra super credits so I can try and get some stuff in the super credit store. So I'd like to get some stuff. Yeah, I do some Helldiver stuff. That's a really good game as well. If you guys want to check that out sometime, I've got some things for it. I'll do some live streaming probably in the morning where I'll just be running and just discussing things. So if you guys want to hop on and ask a question, I will try to do it as simply as possible. And I understand everything on there is my opinion. It is not facts. I do not call it the gospel, so don't worry about it. But this right here with the Architens, this is going to be a nightmarish little ship to send into a fight, and we've got to do something. Because I told the guys we got to build some kind of bigger ship that can use the Perforator Mark II that we can build, put into the pirate stream, and the pirate a pirate's life. I'm gonna run that until we have enough episodes to get through the year, and then that will just give me constant content that I don't have to really mess with. I've also got some ship reviews coming in. So we currently have a Discord. Currently, there's currently a Discord right now. That is subject to change. I am currently working on Stoat, and I am, Renegade Bundy, Goon Squad Go. Yeah, we're other than Dog, we've all got to get some super credits. I think at some point. Dog's a retired army guy, so he doesn't have a life outside of whatever he wants to do. He's living the dream right now, and so all he gets to sit home all day and just play Helldivers, and that man is sitting on like several on tens of thousands of super credits, while we're all us plebs are out here trying to get as many scrape as much as we can off the battlefield. Like, crap, this is gonna be such a fun time. But yeah, I do need to come up with a new type of fighter that can do everything we need it to do. Also, like I said, I've got some other projects I've been working on. One of them it's in RIL. I've been teasing it. I've been talking about it. I have finally figured out a way to do a lot of the stuff for it that I've been wanting to do. I've just got to talk to someone. I've got a family member who can make that thing happen a little bit faster than what I anticipated. So I may have to talk to them about it. But it's going to be one of those things I'm going to have to give them a lot of time to figure out what they want to do with it. And if it works, and I get this thing done the way I need it to get it done, uh, it's actually going to become a project or a product. That's what it is. Wow, I'm literally being the meme right now. I'm invincible. No, unstable. That's the word I'm looking for. Yeah, that meme. So yeah, it's going to be a product that I have been working on. The space engineers community has kind of asked for this, and I don't think they remember they asked for it. And I sat back at a moment and I said, I may just do that myself. And so I'm kind of working on that. So y'all will get to play around with that, and that'll be kind of fun. Renegade Bundy. Dog sits on a mountain of SE. So cheap to build, but ferocious fighter, the Peregrine. Yeah, the Peregrine is good, but I've noticed that what we need is we're gonna need a fighter that's part jet, part mover. So we're gonna need something with a set of magnetic clamps on the front of it. I want to do something. I want to do magnetic clamps, kind of like the ball. Oh yeah, for those of you that don't know, in um, in the survival series that we're doing as a pirate group, Re Grexion, our resident Swede, went in there and built the ball Gundam. Then it's drivable, and we've used it. We basically use that as a mover. It's got two cannons on the top of it. It's the ball from Gundam, First Year War, and you can fly around with it. We can grab stuff and move it. I've used it to attach turrets to the Bounty, the ship that I'm currently working on. So the Bounty in there, for those of you that are, y'all want a teaser, you want a teaser of what's going on. The Bounty is a massive platform that we took over. It's a mobile build platform. We basically took the thing over, ripped out most of its ion engines, piped and replaced almost all of its engines and directional thrusters with hydrogen thrusters, so it's much faster than before. We've added a blade on the right side of it with a series of magnetic clamps on the inside of the blade so that we can latch on stuff to this thing and run off with an enemy ship with our hot. This thing has two large hydrogen thrusters, so when it fires off, it'll have enough power to get that thing to speed so that we can just go in there and start yanking stuff out of whatever assault we're taking at that time. And also we're setting it up, but we've set up two blister sections on this ship, which are now carrying perforator Mark Ones, which were used to just drunk punch an SPRT ship the other night, and it's turning into an amazing little killjoy. And then the guys have all sorts of other ships we've got to grab hold of and modify. I think Eli has a ship. I may add a single uh, perforator cannon to. I like the Mark 1 variant because he has a mobile mining platform, and I thought, let's add a killer turret to that thing, so it works pretty good, and add a couple of remote miners and everything, and have it go out. Ready to get Bundy back again. So what if we, before finishing the gunship, make a variant that is built to be a large, small grid heavy hauler ship? Strip most of the guns from it as well. Um, the we've got the bounty, and the bounty, that's kind of what it's supposed to, a wreck another ship pretty quickly, and then B, with its main guns, and then bring all the equipment we need. It's just a mobile attack platform, kind of like an assault ship. That's what we're using the bounty for. It'll be like an assault ship, and then bring it into the fight, and we still be able to like grab stuff and yank it off and run off with it if we had to, because we're going to be raiding the Factorum at some point. So anything that we really want, we're gonna have to yank off of it and do. And then we'll build an even bigger ship. I plan on building a bigger ship than this. Something with large hyperdrives, several prototech technology. We're gonna get some prototech at some point. We're gonna get it. And then, like I said, we'll have all that set up. But the Bounty is the only jump capable ship that we currently got that we can get from point A to point B and jump it. So we need jump capable systems. We need to go get some prototech scrap, prototech frame. We got prototech frames. We could take a ship and build ourselves like a jump capable drop ship, something like the Lambda shuttle or something. Get us from point A to point B. Running a Bundy here. I know the ship should work as a transport of other smaller ships slash ground vehicles. Um, Ground, I don't know. I don't know if the Bounty has enough lift to get itself off the ground, but it can move like we can max out everybody that's there, and we would still have all the ships we need. It can move a small hauler. We could move about maybe 6 fighters, a small hauler. All that could be on there, or add a gunship and move it. We do have to enclose the bottom part of it and then figure out how to get on the darn thing. So that's a whole lot of things going on. Yeah, missing the point. Not talking about the bounty. Oh, so which one are we talking about here? Oh, wait, hold on. You were talking about your gunship you're building. Yeah, the gunship could get down there. That gunship you got would work. It works on Pertam. We could hit a planet with it if we had to. But I don't like taking the guns off of it. I like the fact that that thing has a whole bunch of guns in itself. So like one of the things that I have also worked on, a weapon I have built that is on the workshop right now. Let me pull this up so you guys can see it. Yeah, so this is like our Mako, and it's just one of several. But this is the Mako Mark IV. It was the fourth iteration of this missile that I've done. Trinity, what's up? What's up, everybody? What's up, gamers? How you doing? We're just talking about some of the stuff I've worked on. Right now, we have the Mako missile. The Mako missile, actually, there's some tricks I have done to build this. Grexion helped me build this type of missile, and when I got done with it, it is a fairly compact little missile. It's not very big. You can attach this to just about any ship, and that's why I'm calling it the Mako, because it's like the Mako missile that the U.S. hypersonic that the U.S. is now building. You can attach this missile to just about anything. Um, those of you that have seen the red Corvette in Space Engineers, it will damn near cut one of those in half if it hits. And it's not even hitting the fuel tank. It will just about darn near kill the thing up. Zavdos, hello. Yeah, hello. People hopping in right now. That's crazy. Yeah, if we gut some of the hull, it should be able to move large ground vehicles or small grid base modules. Yeah, we need some type of hook together base system. I'll have to come up with that. Something we can drop into an area and just weld it in place. Sorry, man. But yeah, like we've got the Mako working right now, and the Mako is just awesome. I built a frigate a while back. See if I remember, what was it called? I may just actually have it here. Built a frigate that fired like 10 of them. Yeah. It's the Vulture class missile destroyer. I think it had like 10 missiles that I could fire from a series of missile holds. It didn't have a whole lot of else in other weapons. This thing could fire a whole bunch of missiles. It could wreck a ship, a pretty good sized ship, in just a couple of shots. And it also had a system in which it could rebuild all of its weapon systems back up. So it was a bad a little ship. And my phone just decided to jump out of my hand and run across the room. Let me see here. What'd you put into that missile? Two warheads. That's about it. Trinity says here, funny you mentioned that. I'm working on a guided missile destroyer right now. Yeah, I believe that the Vulture class is in SE. If it's not on the workshop, I will have it up on the workshop so you guys can take a look at it. You can see how the missiles work. The Mako is up there. So if you wanna go check it out, it is up there as Red Rock Raiders M4 Mako missile. That. But that's what it does. That's why the Mako does so much damage because when it impacts, it hits and it has no forward thrust. It has no reverse thruster. So when this thing hits speed, it just comes in as hard and fast as possible. Let's see what else. Like Zavdis was saying, what do you put in that missile? It's not much. They are the cheapest. This is the cheapest, hardest hitting guided ordnance I could build. And the cool part about this is because it doesn't have a braking thruster, you can drop. This is also one of the longest range weapons you can get in Space Engineers. Because when I drop one of these things from a distance, even from the missile destroyer, I actually got them to fire up, turn, and go off like a cruise missile. These things will float, can just cruise through space for the longest time. You can actually put this into position, fire it from 5, 6, 7, 8 kilometers out, maybe further, and these missiles will just cruise in, and until they detect something, they will not turn on all their other systems. It will just go. You can also take it. It's also got, I think, two event controllers on board. You could modify those event controllers to do whatever you want. One of them is being used to run all the missile systems. Then you can do some other stuff. What is this here? Zavdos is saying, why does the missile have a sound block? Because I wanted this thing to blurb as it came at you. It just has a warning, early warning before it hits. It's just psychological. It's like the air raid sirens that they put onto Stukas when they would come down there and strike in World War II. Let's see, Trinity, uh, 43 here. I'm gonna drop a pic of my work and missile in the Discord, right? RQ. Okay, yeah, go for it. I'll go and take a look at it. Renegade Bundy, it's lagging a bit. Yeah, Trinity. Uh-oh, the stream is lagging for anyone else. Oh wow, I may have pushed a little too far, or maybe me pulling up the menu and everything. Let's hop out of that for a minute. Just take a look at that beautiful Arctens there. So I don't have to do anything else. Let me just put Hope y'all enjoyed that because that is absolutely terrifying. I guess that's everything. I'll probably be heading out right now. Yeah, there we go. Lobbing that kind of firepower out of there. Yes, Trinity Bird. Yes, yes, yes. This is the terror that is coming from the Architans now. Making these types of turrets, I went what got me into these turrets was I did the mammoth tank build, which I've got to put that up. I've got to repaint the mammoth from the desert tan and make a gold and black variant of it. I may pull the paint gun in. And then I need to do some modifications to some of the stuff. I need to get somebody in there to help me do that at some point. Let me see here. Casual bot one. I want to see a big bang. Put one small ship cargo with a sorter, then ejector, then eject when sensors see something and turn off containers. Fill cargo with 120 for 12,000 flares. Okay. I'll have to try that out sometime and see how that works. If y'all got some tricks and stuff y'all want to put up, y'all don't mind other people knowing, put them in the content comments, and I'll put your name out there, and I'll say, hey, this person came up with it. Your name will be on there, and it'll be something y'all can put your hat on when to put it out there. But yes, yes, yes. One more time before I head out. This is going to be a terrifying little ship when it gets to position. Renegade Bundy. So my next turret designs I'll make with a taller base for countersunk rotor bases. Very good. We need that. That was a problem when I had to half block the turrets when we put them in there. Trinity, drop the ship pics in the Discord, but dude, I cannot wait to see the Arctins finished. Oh, when this is finished, I'm gonna turn on encounters, and we're gonna find us some daggum Factorum, and we're gonna see just how long they last against all these guns. We're gonna, it's something tells me it's gonna be really. So if I just hold this here and we wait, yeah, that's ridiculous. How much firepower you can drop with just those four. That's just those four. We got to have four more on the bottom there. So when this thing levels up and it's at max distance, it's going to be pounding on something with a ruthless aggression of a vengeful god when it comes into play. It'll be beautiful. But anyway, folks, that's kind of it for it. A warhead will detonate the flares. Yes, casual bot. I that will be a pretty interesting one because I know what you're doing. You're using cargo container full of ordnance. Something weird about that. Last time we built a was it a Star Trek ship? I built the Reliant with the Miranda class, and we had a situation now with one of the turrets just kind of slapped the ship, and that detonated a cargo container full of railgun ammo. And if you know how railguns work, railguns don't use any propellant. And for some reason, when it tapped a cargo crate full of depleted uranium sabos, for some reason the sabos exploded. Make it make sense. Okay, I don't understand. Renegade Bundy, the micro turret is too micro. Yes, we'll have to get in and fix that. But again, everyone, I am Badger Wild, and unfortunately, I have to go because it is. I've stayed on an extra 30 minutes for you guys because there's been so many of you on there. That's why we turn off damage when building. Well, that was on a survival stream, so I gotta had to have damage on. Zavdos, guess projectile tag? Yeah, apparently. I guess that's what it was. I have no idea. But like I said, it is at the end of the stream, folks. I am gonna have to head out. I will sit here and talk to y'all all night long if I could. I really would. Renegade Bundy. Well, I've got to go to D&D tonight. Yes, yes, D&D. Um, I've got something working that requires a bit of D&D knowledge. I'm gonna have to pick Bundy's brain over that. But anyway, like I said, I'm gonna head out. I gotta take my kid to school tomorrow and get up for work tomorrow. Unfortunately, I have to work still. But anyhow, I can get that. I'll get that finished, and I will try tomorrow morning do some hell divers. We're gonna run for some super credits, just grab as much as we can before I have to go to work. So going to be running level 3 missions because that's where the most possible super credits you can get without running into rare samples, which rare samples will start taking the place of super credits after a while. So that kind of hurts you a little bit. So we'll be doing that. Also, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe and hit the bell for notifications so you guys can see when these videos come out. I've got Pirate's Life is coming out again this Wednesday. So tomorrow there'll be another episode at about 11 Central US time, I believe. Trinity, oh, Payne, good night, sir, and have a lovely night. Yes, thank you, I will. Zavdos, agree. Um, Also, if you guys are wanting to see all of A Pirate's Life, there are currently 32 episodes up in the playlist. 32 over, good God, how many more do I have? Quick check here. let me check here. What was the last one? So, okay, episode 11 is up right now. Episode 12 will be up tomorrow. And if you guys want to see all of them, plus I've also got two more episodes. So we're gonna have 34 episodes are going to be up. That means you guys have 34 episodes, about 20 something episodes to binge if you become a member. And membership is easy. It's like 99 cents. It's not even it's 1 penny under a dollar. I put it at that because it was the lowest that I could throw up there. And I thought, hey, if I can provide enough value that people will want to, supply money for the channel, direct support, I guess we should call it, uh, then I can do it at a small enough tier and make it, and, do pretty decent at it. So far, there have been about 6 people join up, and I've got to do something with those 6 people. I have come up with something that's pretty cool. I just have to get time to build it and set the scenario up. And then I'm also considering maybe a server of some type for everyone to play so the membership can hop on. Or I may put a Pirate's Life on the server and I may set up some way for everyone to kind of like hop on and play. I don't know. So if you want to hop on and just start out kind of close to us and then branch off and do your own thing, who knows? Maybe when we're playing a Pirate's Life, you'll be on, membership will be on with us, and y'all might run into us. We may go out there. You may be doing a nice little deal. We may join forces for a little bit and do a mission with you and help you out. Don't know how that'll work. So I don't know. Membership will have a chance to work with me and the guys while we're on, and we can do some fun stuff. I haven't a clue. I may just put it all together. I was wanting to do a membership to do some like really interesting things. I need to do some other stuff later. I don't know. But like I said, projects abound, trying to make the channel work, trying to get better at thumbnails, editing, and all that good stuff. But anyway, enough of my rambling. Y'all probably had enough of hearing me gripe about the world and life and everything else. So I'm going to hop off here. Again, I am Badger Wild, everybody, saying stay safe, stay frosty. I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye for now.